Okay, guys, it's been a pretty exciting day. I'm a little tired, a little worn out, but I'm excited. Went over to see the boat. Art called me, and again, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but there was a part that we needed off of one of the carburetors that was split. It was a fitting that was split. It's like an anodized number 6 compression ferrule line that goes to one of the 1050 Dominators on the top of the blower. The motors have 2 carburetors on each blower. And I ran over there. Alan pulled the part off for me, and the only local shop that we knew to go to was a speed shop up in Camp Springs. They didn't have just that part. I had to buy the whole entire kit, the loop around kit, and it wasn't in the right color, the actual fittings, but it's not a big deal. So I picked it up, took it back to the shop, and I didn't get any video over there other than the boat firing up, and hopefully I can get some of that video in here for you too. But it was real exciting. It was the port motor that was running. It's not like they started the starboard motor for me or not, because Alan was just finishing up some things with the port motor. He topped off all the fluid in the number 5 drives. The number 5 drives inside the transom assembly on the inside of the engine compartment where the transom assembly meets the transom, the actual fiberglass wood of the transom. There's a little 7/8 nut on the top, and then there's a sight glass also right below it that you can see. So both of those are filled up. All the fluids are in the engine. There's no fuel leaks. Art actually had a fuel pressure sensor line made this afternoon too. He took it to one of his guys and they custom make them, and he ran over there and brought it back. So when those guys get on task and they get your boat in the shop, which is the trick, that's the trick, getting the boat in the shop. They're so backed up with, 10s of 20s and a heavy list of customers. I'm not just the only customer, obviously. I have a lot of customers. They're high performance guys. So I've been patient. Art knows I've been patient. Britt knows I've been patient. Alan knows I've been patient. But man, what a sound. What a sound to hear it crackling off. So I'm excited. They fired it up, and I look forward to doing, a run tomorrow with Art. We're gonna do a sea trial. I got to bring the propellers, a safety sea bag, make sure all the fire extinguishers are on the boat. I bought an anchor, which I'm not sure if it's going to be the right size anchor or not to fit in the box, so I didn't pull it out of the anchor box itself from the place I just bought it from. But when I get there and I look at my locker, my anchor locker up on the bow of the boat, it's a stowaway anchor locker, I will see if it's wide enough to take a bigger anchor, and I may take this one back. I have the receipt, and exchange it for a bigger one. According to a 42-foot boat, the damn anchor's supposed to be, 9 feet long and have a 8-foot chain on it and whatever. The biggest boat I ever had was a 35, and I just used like an aluminum Fortress standard size. I don't know how many pound it was or the length of it, but it held fine any place I ever went. But anyway, Alan told me, and he was a captain. He still, I don't know if he still has his captain's license or not, but years ago he told me he had his license. So for every foot down that you are on your depth finder gauge where you're chucking your anchor to have anchorage, according to the manual and what you should have and a captain's license and the test that they take, you are to have 3 feet of line for every foot down you are. So if it's 100 feet deep, you need a 300-foot line that goes from the anchor to the boat, 300 feet. Around here, it's not that deep. In the middle of the bay, it might be 65 feet deep, and I'm not saying you're not going to be in the middle of the bay, but most anything around here, 100 feet will get you, maybe at the most 150 feet. I'm not saying don't do the 3-to-1 thing. But anyway, that was nice of Alan to let me know about that. So I'll see about what I have in regard to how deep it is, how long the line is versus the size of the anchor itself, where the 2 trunnions come off to fit down in the anchor locker. Anyway, good day. I'm excited. We just got to be careful when we're sea trialing this boat to get used to it. The throttles, the trim tabs, the drive indicators, all that stuff. I do know that my speedometer needs to be changed because it's an old liquid type that's filled and it's mechanical, so it ran off of water pressure at the back of the boat. We took it off and capped it off and filled those holes, and we took the line out all the way up because it wasn't working anyway, and those things are inaccurate one way or the other, so I'm going to end up getting a GPS. We just need to make sure that the GPS Speedo that I'm going to get from the certain company, there's a couple different companies to get them from, fits in the hole, or if it doesn't fit in the hole, how can we make the hole bigger without booging up the dash panel? Those are the basic things. So other than that, we're going to sea trial, make sure we have a safety bag and a sea bag and all the bumpers, life jackets, the different things. It's Coast Guard registered, the boat is already. I have my Coast Guard number, my registration's in there. I just got my registration ticket for the front of my trailer for when I bring it to the county that we're in, which happens to be Queen Anne County, Maryland, over here on the eastern side of the bay. So that's pretty much it. Again, you know, it's been a year and a half. A lot of money and a lot of patience, and we're about ready to get this 42-foot Fountain Lightning Reggie Fountain Signature Series, because it has his name on the side of it, his signature, in the red stripe paint line. And we'll get some more video for you guys. So that's about it for now. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and click that like, the thumbs up button. We'll see you next time. God bless.